Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Oh, hey. Welcome to Perception Studios Trashterpiece Theater.
Trashterpiece Theater.
We're here. 45 minutes late, but we made it.
We did it.
We did it. Okay, we're gonna get started. Let me go over the incentives. We have $10. You can do our individual accents. You can suggest an accent. We will do our best to try to do it. Accent, impression, whatever you want. We'll try to make it happen. This time, though, we're gonna do it for pages instead of lines. So each of these will be 3 pages worth. For accent. At $15, you can pick, we call this pick a tune. And basically you just pick a tune that you want us to sing for 3 pages as well. For $20, you go ahead and tell us, we'll do the group thing. So we'll do accents for $20 as a group for 3 pages. Got it? And at $100, we trigger our 5-minute song. Got it. Got it.
In iambic pentameter.
Yeah.
What? What that mean?
We should introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Hello, friends.
Oh, great.
That's
Oh, cool. All right, fine. Hi, everybody. I'm Cucumber. I'll be playing Benedict.
Goody and good fellows. My name is Kim Cannon, and I will be playing Beatrice, sort of.
Sort of. Okay.
Wait, by the way, I'm going to be Claudio Antonio and First Watchman. That's
There
it.
it goes.
And then Ryan should be next. Go, Ryan.
Cool. I am Ryan. I am playing Dogberry, Margaret, and Friar Francisco.
You're Margaret!
Yes. So good. And then the Chavers.
Up to you.
Hi, I'm Haley. I will be playing Hero and Don John and Sexton, the second watchman, and Boy.
I'm Justin. I'm playing Leonardo, not Leonardo, so I'm very displeased about, and Ursula.
That's my Ursula. Yeah, throw those hands. Throw those hands around, Cucumber. Who's next? Dino. You win.
Hi, I'm Dino. I'll be playing Balthazar, Baraccio, and a messenger.
Okay. And I'm Brian. And I'm going to play Don Pedro and Vergis and Lord.
Great. And everybody can follow along. Click on that link, and then you guys can follow along with the script because it's going to get a little crazy. And we're starting at page 23. That's where it starts.
Yes,
if you're
that was almost real bad. No.
okay. But yes, if you're also
boy.
looking at it at the PDF, there's like 201 pages because of the gigantic preface. So it's like on 72.
Yeah, 72.
72.
Putain.
Yes.
Damn. Are we all
ready?
Yep. Are we all start? Yeah, what?
Act 1, Scene 1, before the house of Leonato. Enter Leonato, Hero, and Beatrice with a messenger.
I learned in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes to this night to Messina.
He is very near by this. He was not 3 leagues off when I left him.
How many gentlemen have you lost in this action?
But few of any sort, and none of name.
A victory is twice itself when the achiever brings home full numbers. I find here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor on a young Florentine called Claudio.
Much deserved on his part, and equally remembered by Don Pedro. He hath borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing in the figure of a lamb the feats of a lion. He hath indeed bettered expectation than you must expect of me to tell you how.
He hath an uncle here in Messina, will be very much glad of it.
I have already delivered him letters, and there appears much joy in him, even so much that joy could not show itself modest enough without a badge of bitterness.
Did he break into tears?
In great measure.
A kind overflow of kindness. There are no faces truer than those that are so washed. How much better is it to weep at joy than to joy at weeping?
I pray you, is Signor Montanto returned from these wars or no?
I know none of that name, lady. There was none such in the army of any sort.
What is it that you ask for, my niece?
My cousin means Signor Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as ever he was.
He set up his bills here in Messina and challenged Cupid at the flight. And my uncle's fool, reading the challenge, subscribed for Cupid and challenged him at the bird bolt. I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many hath he killed? For indeed, I promise to eat all of his killing.
Fair niece, you taxed Signor Bennett too much, but he will be. But he'll be meet with you. I doubt it not.
He hath done good service, lady, in these wars.
You had musty victual, and he hath helped to eat it. He's a very valiant treasureman. He hath an excellent stomach.
Whoop,
And a
whoop.
good.
Time out.
Hold.
Group accent. We're all now Keanu Reeves.
Great.
Thank you, Arsenal Y2K.
And a good soldier, too, lady.
So, and a good soldier to a lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man to a man, a dude to a dude, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
It is so indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man. But for the stuffing, well, we're all mortal except for me. I'm Keanu.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There's a kind of merry war between Signor Bennett and her. They never meet, but there's a smirches of wit between them.
Alas, he gets nothing but that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off. Now is the whole man governed with one, so that if he hath wit enough to keep himself warm, let him bear it for indifference between himself and his horse. For all the wealth he had left to be to be known a reasonable creature. Oh, who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother. I know about that.
Well, is it possible?
Very easily possible. He wears a spade, but as a fashion of his hat, it ever changes at the next block.
I see, Dudette. The gentleman is not in your books.
No, but if you were, I would burn my study. But I pray you, who is his companion? Is there no young squarer now that will make a voyage with them to the devil? And there too.
He is most in the company of the righteous noble Claudio.
Oh Lord, you will hang on him like a disease. All of them. There is a lost my place. Wait, hold on. The sooner he has caught the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. God help the noble Claudio. If he had caught the Benedict, it would cost him £1,000 ere he be cured.
I will hold friends with you, dude.
Dude, good friend. Bring it in, bro.
You will never run mad, niece.
No, not till a hot January, and it will because climate change.
My dudes, Don Pedro is approaching.
Enter Don Pedro, Don John, Claudio, Benedict, and Balthazar.
Good Signor Leonato, you are come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost. You encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace. For trouble being gone, comfort should remain. But when you depart from me, sorrow abides, and happiness takes leave.
You embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter.
Her mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you'd ask her?
Signor Benedict? Nah. For then you were a child.
You have it full, Benedict. We may guess by this what you are, being a man. Truly, the lady fathers herself. Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable father.
If Signor Leonardo be her father, whoa, she would not have his
Head on her shoulders for all Messina, as like him as she is.
Are we also Keanu? Is this what's
Now
going
we're
on?
done.
We're back.
Now we're done.
Right, cool. I wonder that you would still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What, my dear Lady Disdain? Are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die while she had such meat food to feed it on as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to Disdain if you come in her presence.
Then is courtesy a turncoat? But it is certain I am loved of all ladies, only you excepted. And I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women. They else would have been troubled with such a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood that I am in your humor. I am of your humor for that. I had rather hear a dog bark at my crow than a man swear he loved me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other shall scape a predestinate scratched face.
The scratching would not make it worse were it such a face as yours.
Well, you are a rare parrot, teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue in so good a continuer. But keep your way, O God's name, I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
This is the sum of all, Leonardo. Senior Claudio and Senior Benedict, my dear friend Leonardo, hath invited you all. I'll tell him that we should stay here at least a month. And he hardly prays some occasion may detain us longer. I dare swear he is no hypocrite, but prays from his heart.
Pause. We got a donation from TKH 328. This is a pick a tune. Doesn't really know how this works, so use this as an example. Could you at least tell us who that is for, TKH?
Yeah, so tell us just who that is for and just pick a song that we will sing along in the tune of. So
Or a style, like if it's a particular artist, something along those lines.
It's like the accents, but with music.
Oh, that's hard.
Yep.
Amateur, nonetheless.
Are we waiting or should we keep
Let's
going?
just keep going until he
Whoa, Skeptic!
Thanks for the raid.
Lion and tango music.
Okay. Sure.
If you swear, my lord, you shall not be forsworn. Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to the prince, your brother, I owe you all duty.
Ha, duty.
Hold on. I thank you. Almost forgot. I thank you. I am not of many words, but
Please, at your grace, lead on.
Your hand, Leonardo, we will go together.
Bum, ba-da-bum, bum. I'm going with you.
Benedict.
Tango's more of a dance than it is a...
That's fine.
You got this.
Figure it out. Benedict, dost thou note the daughter of Signor Leonato?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me as an honest man should do for my simple true judgment, or would you have me speak after my custom, as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee speak in sober judgment.
Why, in faith, methinks she's too low for a high praise, too brown for a fair praise, and too little for a great praise. Only this commentation I can afford her, that, were she other than she is, she were unhandsome, and being no other but as she is, I do not like her.
Dost thou think I am in sport? I pray thee tell me truly how thus likest her.
Would you buy her, that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it into. But speak you this with a sad brow? Or do you play the flouting jack to tell us Cupid is a good hair finder and Vulcan a rare carpenter? Come, in what key shall a man take you to go in the song?
In my eyes, she is the sweetest lady that I had ever looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. There's her cousin, and she were not so possessed with a fury, exceeds her as much in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December, but I hope you have no intent to turn husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary if Fura would be my wife.
Is it come to this in faith? Hath not the world one man, but he will wear his cap cap with suspicion. Shall I never see a bachelor of threescore again? Go to, if thou wilt needs thrust thy neck into a yoke, wear the print of it, and sigh away Sundays. Look, Don Pedro is returned to seek you.
What secret hath held you here? Ba-da-dum. That you follow not to Leonato's. Ba-da-dum.
I would your grace would constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on the alliance. Ba-da-dum.
You hear, Count Claudio, I can be secret as a dub man. I would have you think so. But on my allegiance, mark you this, on my allegiance, he is in love. With whom? Now that is your grace's part. Mark how short his answer is. With Hero, Leonato's short daughter.
If this were so it were uttered. Da-da-dum.
Like the old tale, my lord, it is not so, nor 'twas not so, but indeed, God forbid, it should be so.
If my passion change not shortly, God forbid it should be otherwise.
I'm out.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Swedish chef, group accent.
Wait.
Where's that at?
That's not.
Is it?
I don't see that.
That's from last time.
Oh, that's weird. Why did it...
Yeah, for you, not for me though.
Jeez, Ryan, get your computers together.
Are our alerts correct?
Yep, we don't see that.
Oh,
Right, I'll
Heard
double.
it. Weird.
Recent events.
Continue, please.
Oh, he did. This is Shadow Piper 1 minute ago.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, why don't I see it?
Yeah,
our
Shadow
alerts
Piper
are
1 minute ago.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Wait,
Swedish chef is real.
perfect.
Okay, we start that now.
We start that now. 3 pages of Swedish Chef for everybody.
Oh, good. That's okay.
Maybe the bot. Yeah, maybe the bot died.
It did. I have to reopen it now.
Idiot.
Oh, and
So what-
TPH gave me another 15 for me to do something.
No,
Oh wow. Okay, sorry guys.
He says, now that I know how this works, Cucumber, pick a tune. Oh, pick a tune. The Power Rangers theme song.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So let's do the group one first, and then Cucumber will do his Power Ranger one.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We
Then
going
we
for it?
started-
And go.
Okay.
I think-
You guys
You
ready?
good?
yeah.
Okay. Top of page 32. Is that where we're at?
Go.
Top
yes.
to page 32.
Here we go. Hit in the hope in the amen. If you love her, for the lady is very well worthy. Appa doopa dappin.
He's laughing in the other room.
Whom you speak to me, the fish is me, my lord.
By my throat, I speak to the Maya Thata.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke to me. The whom?
Benedict.
Oh,
Beam me to your face and towards me, lord. I spoken mean.
That alone for I feel.
The G is worthy, I know.
It didn't appear how she should be loved. No, how she should be ready. In the opinion that the fool cannot be there to be, every day ain't the sticky.
Yeah, that's never obstinate to hear it again, despite the beauty.
And never knew contain the many part the force in the wheel.
That the woman was me mother, I think her. And she brought me up. And I was given the most time but thanks. But all women she to me. Because I would not do them the wrong to be trustworthy. Or the further. Never do myself the right of hurt and none. And the fun is. Oh, the need go the further. No, that. Butler.
Yeah. Hey, the herpin I should see thee. Ere I die a pearl of the pale of the lava.
With the anger, with the sickness, or me hunger, me love. Not without worth. Proud to do your blood above blood. Wait to learn, and with the get away to drink it. With the man eyes, wait about to make a pin. And hunger me open. For the signing of the coupon.
And if you're following along, we're at page top 33. And highly suggest you follow along.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if somebody can post that link again, that'd be great.
got it.
Oh, well, if there ever does to fall firm in the faith, there will ever prove a notable argument.
If any doofin, and me in the bear to like a cutie. And you to me. It hurt it to hit me. Let me clap on the David on the shoulder and go to Edmund.
Well, that's your time of hell, I shall try you.
Swedish Italian chef.
Yeah, I'm putting it in the scene, man.
It's pickled herring on top of penne pasta.
The same is for me. Whatever I sent in the Benedict Barrett, broken open the booze of Honza, the little cursey worsey, and stuck him in my food. And let me be the very painted and eat such glitters they write. Here's a good horse and any to hire, let them signify unto my sin. Here you may see the Benedict, the married man. No, but
If should whatever happen, that's what an asshole meant.
Nay, infinite Cupid, having had to spend all of his grief in the Venus in her, you that will look away for this shortly.
and look for the second in too, huh?
Well, and you will temporize it with errors. In the meantime, a good signature Benedict, repair Leonatus, commend me to him, and I tell him I will not fail at the super herper, for indeed he hath made a great preparation in addition.
I have an almost matter enough for me for an passage. It's very committee.
I think we're done.
Is it?
All right.
Is that it? Okay.
Oh, that was only 2 pages.
You got one more page.
One more page?
Okay.
My mistake.
To the tuition code from the house, if I hear it.
It's the 6th of July. Your loving friend, Benedict.
Nee, making it, dookie doo. The body of these girls is sometimes good with the fragmentins. And the girls are slightly busted on neither. Here you flow toward Insen, and any further, examining your conscience. And so I leave you. But,
But Maurice, your Highness is the most only God.
Love is I to teach, but teach but how. And that shall see to how apt it is to learn. And to heard a lesson that may do with thee a good herpeder.
Heard Leonardo any son alone.
Oh, nope, no time but the hero. She's the only heir. There does affect her, Claudio.
Oh my lord, when we done we'll do the end of action. In the blood adorns one's eyes, but the light that the roof is in the hand. And to drive a liking in the name Louvre. But in I'm returning and the war at dots. Have the places been in the rooms.
Now we have the check, chef.
All encompassing.
Going around Europe, yeah.
I'm moving through the soft delicate desires. In the property, how far the heroes. I like it in the wars.
Heard but there will be a lover presently.
And now we're clear. And when I come back, I'm who again?
Power Rangers theme song.
Power Rangers theme.
Power Rangers. Thank you.
And tire with to hear a book of words. If thou dost love fairer hero, cherish it. And I will break with her, and her with father. And thou shalt have her. What's not to this end that thou beginnest to twist so fine a story?
All right there, buddy.
Yeah, Shakespeare's kind of tough for me. Never read it before.
How sweetly do you minister to love, that no loves grief by its complexion. Thus, lest my liking might too sudden seem, I would have slaved with longer treaties.
What need the bridge much broader than the flood? The fairest grant is to necessity. Look, what will service fit? 'Tis once thou lovest, and I will fit thee with the remedy. You good?
Fine.
Okay. I know we shall have reveling tonight. I will assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair hero I am Claudio, and in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart. Good?
Keep it.
Okay. And take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. Then after, to her father I will break, and the conclusion is she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it presently.
Scene 2. A room in Leonato's house. Enter severally Leonato and Antonio.
How now, my brother? Where is my cousin, your son? Hath he provided this music?
He is very busy about it. But brother, can I tell you strange news that you yet dream not of?
Are they good?
As events stamp them, but they have good cover. They'll show it's well outward. The prince and Count Claudio walking in a thick peach alley in my orchard were thus much overheard by a man of mine. The prince discovered to Claudio that he loved my niece, your daughter, and meant to acknowledge it this night in a dance. And if he found her accordant, he meant to take the present time by the top, and instantly break with you of it.
Hath the fellow any wit that told you this?
Ah, good sharp fellow. I will send him and question him yourself.
No. We will hold it as a dream till it appears itself. But I will acquaint my daughter withal, that she may be the better prepared for an answer, if peradventure this be true. Go and tell her of it. Yep. Cousin, you know what you have to do. I cry you mercy, friend. Go you with me, and I will use your skill. Good cousin, have a care of this busy time.
Scene 3, another room in Leonato's house. Enter Don John and Conrad.
That's not That's not Conrad. It's
What?
Yeah.
That's
This is
Conrad.
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 oh,
Yeah.
who's Conrad?
I don't know.
Yes, Conrad.
Scene 3.
In 3.
Did anyone get assigned Conrad?
I don't think no one could have signed Conrad.
That's not.
That's Kim.
What a good year, my lord. Why are you sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that breeds it. Therefore, the sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
And when I have heard it, what blessing bringeth it?
If not a present remedy, yet a patient sufferance.
I wonder that thou, being as thou sayest thou art, born under Saturn, goes about to apply a moral medicine to a mortifying mischief. I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause, and smile at no man's jests, eat when I have a stomach, and wait for no man's leisure, sleep when I am drowsy, and tend on no man's business, laugh when I am merry, and claw no man in his humor.
Yeah, you must be full at parties, aren't you? Yeah, but you must not make the full show of this till you may do it without controlment. You have of late stood out against your brother, and yet you're newly into his grace, where it is impossible that you should take a true root by the fair weather that you make yourself. It is needful to frame the season for your own harvest.
I had rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. And it better fits my blood to be disdained in all that, to fashion a carriage to rob love of any. In this, though I cannot be said to be a flattening honest man, it must not be denied, but I am plain dealing villain. I am trusted with a muzzle and franchised with a clog. Therefore, I have decreed not to sing in my cage. If I had a mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. In the meantime, let it be that I am, and seek not to alter me.
Can you make no use of your discontentment?
I make all use of it, for I use it only. Who comes here? Enter Baraccio. What news, Baraccio?
I come yonder from a great supper. The prince, your brother, is royally entertained by Leonato, and I can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Will it serve for any mortal to build mischief on? What is he for a fool that betroths himself to an unquietness?
Mary, it is your brother's right hand.
Who? The most exquisite Claudio?
Even he.
Ah, a proper squire. And who? Which way he looks?
Mary on Hero.
Beaker for all.
Well, that
Great.
What?
Huh?
Beaker for all.
Beaker.
Oh, okay.
Beaker.
Great. Mary on Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonardo.
Mary Bird, Mary Jane. Look at me.
Maybe anytime for a programmer, as I was like smoking a musty room, comes me to pit a Claudio. My voice is already tired today. And in hand in sad conference. Me and with me behind you others and you're hurting a green man and to preach in your war yourself and having entertained her Mimi give me her to Claudio.
Let us get her. Let me for food to make it pleasure. Let you, Mr. Hurry.
Beaker Chef.
Actually, Beaker is played by Susie and Perla.
Swedish Chef, you're right. I ate a mustache. My everything are richer and where's his me? Woo!
It's cousin It.
Conrad.
Oh, that's me. Sorry.
Page 40.
Flawless.
Nailed it.
I think we missed Borat or whoever that guy is.
That was me. I said that.
Oh, okay.
Borat.
Maybe. Okay. Me, supper.
Me.
God, Beaker sucks. Face.
Goodwill.
Me. Tongue.
Oh. Jimmy's numerous.
Me, no horns. Baker voice forever, me.
And lead his apes into hell.
All right.
Me, hell.
We're on page 42. Am I still Beaker?
Yeah, we're done.
We're done.
Okay.
And a few things changing now.
Okay.
So,
I'm hot.
we are singing for.
Because we reached the $100 goal.
Yep.
Okay, let me start a timer.
And
Thank you,
then-
everybody.
And then we also got a donation from a random turnip for 3 songs. Chunk is Baby Got Back, Cucumber is Out There, and Brian is Baby Shark.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So what are we doing first?
So we sing the lines first, and then we'll do our accents after that. So
We
nothing's
sing
Okay.
for 5 minutes, or we sing for 3 pages.
3 pages.
3 pages.
Oh,
Oh, 3 pages. Okay.
Cool.
And Cucumber still has to do Power Rangers.
Yeah, I have to do Power Rangers, and then I have to do Out There, as in Hercules out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Don't you know?
Hunchback.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hunchback.
That's the one.
I
Yeah.
think Cucumber should do his accent first before he sing, because
Yep.
that was before then.
Power Rangers was next.
Cool.
Okay. So Power Rangers sing
Yes.
accents for the
Cool.
front. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, so top of page 42.
Yeah, let's take it from Antonio's line.
All right. Yeah. Antonio.
That is me.
world famous actor.
Nailed it.
Well, niece, I trust you will be ruled by your father.
Yes, Faith, it is my cousin's duty to make curtsy and say father, as it please you. But yet for all that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow, or else make another curtsy and say father, as it please me.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men of some other metal than earth. Would not grieve a woman to be overmassed with a piece of valiant dust, to make account of her life to a clod of wayward marl. No, uncle, I'll none. Adam's sons are my brethren, and truly, I hold it a sin to match in my kindred.
Daughter, remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer.
The fault will be in the music, cousin, if he be not wooed in good time. If the prince be too important, tell him there is a measure in everything, and so dance out the answer. For hear me, hero, wooing, wedding, and repenting is as a Scotch gig, a measure and a syncope. I'll do the anglicized version. The syncopace. The first suit is hot and hasty like a Scotch gig, and full as fantastical. The wedding, mannerly modest as a measure, full of state and Asian-tree? Sure, we'll go with that. And then comes repentance, and with his bad legs, falls into a syncopace, faster and faster to sink apace into his grave.
Cousin, you apprehend passing shrewdly.
I have a good eye, uncle. I can see a church by daylight.
The revelers are entering, brother. Make good room.
Enter Don Pedro, Claudio, Benedict, Balthazar, Don John, Borachio, Margaret, Ursula, and others, masked.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend?
So you walk softly and look sweetly and say nothing. I am yours for the walk, and especially when I walk away.
With me in your company?
I may so say when I please.
And when please you to say so?
When I like your favor, for God defend the lute should be the case.
My visor is Philemon's roof. Within the house is Job.
Why, then your visor should be thatched.
Speak low if you speak, love.
Well, I would you did like me.
Oh, cool. My computer just turned off.
Yay!
Right at my line. Okay.
Margaret!
Margaret.
Yes.
Margaret!
So would not I, for your own sake, for I have many ill qualities.
Which is one?
I say my prayers aloud.
I love you the better. The hearers may cry amen.
God matched me with a good dancer.
Amen.
And God keep him out of my sight when the dance is done. Answer, clerk.
No more words. The clerk is answered.
Ursula?
That's me.
Ursula.
I know you well enough. You are Senor Antonio.
Add a word. I am. Wait. Oh, sorry.
I know you by the waggling of your head.
To tell you true, I counterfeit him.
You can never do him so ill will, unless he were the very, very man. Here's his dry hand here his shit. Here's his dry hand up and down. You are he. You are he.
At a word, I'm not.
Come. Do you think I do not know you by your excellent wit? Can virtue hard itself? Do to mum, you are he. Graces will appear, and there's an end.
I touched it.
Will you? Will you not tell me who told you so?
No, you shall pardon me.
Will you not tell me who you are?
Not now.
That I was disdainful, and that I had my good wit out of 100 merry tales. Was it Signor Benedict that said so?
What's he?
I'm sure you know him well enough.
Not I, believe me.
Did he ever make you laugh?
I pray you, what is he?
What he is the prince's jester. A very dull fool. Only his gift in devising impossible slanders, none but libertines delight in him. And the commendation is not in his wit, but in his villainy. For he both pleases men and angers them. And then they laugh at him and beat him. It's really funny. I'm sure that if he is in the fleet, I would hear it boarded me.
When I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do. And do it in whatever tune you're singing too. He'll but break a comparison or two on me, which peradventure not marked or not laughed at strikes him into melancholy. And then there's a partridge wing say, for the fool will eat no supper that night. Do you hear that? You must follow the leaders.
In every good thing.
Nay, if they lead to any ill, I will leave them at the next turning.
Exit all but Don John, Baraccio, and Claudio.
Sure, my brother is a Morrison hero and hath withdrawn her father to break with him about it. The ladies follow her, but one visor remains.
And that is Claudio? I know him by his bearing.
Are you not Signor Benedict?
You know me well. I am he.
Signore, you are very near to my brother in his love. He is enamored on a hero. I pray you, dissuade him from her. She is no equal for his birth. You may do the part of an honest man in it.
How now he loves her? Her? How now he loves her?
No. How no?
Oh, how no?
No, how no you?
He loves her.
Nailed it.
You know that I know. Okay. I heard him swear his affection.
So did I too, and he swore he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us to the banquet.
Exit Don John and Baraccio.
Thus answer I in name of Benedict. But hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so the prince woos himself. Friendship is constant in all other things, save in the office and affairs of love. Therefore, all hearts in love use their own tongues. Let every eye negotiate for itself, and trust no agent. For beauty is a witch. Again, those charms faith melteth into blood. This is an accident of our hourly proof, which I mistrusted not. Farewell, then, hero.
Cal Claudio.
Yeah, same.
Will you go with me?
With her?
Even to the next willow. About your own business. Count what fashion will you wear? The garland of about your what the fuck? Like an usurer's chain, or under your arm, like a lieutenant's scarf. Oh, you must wear it, or the princess got your hero.
I wish him joy of her.
Fuck me. Why, that's spoken like an honest drover, so they sell bollocks. But did you think the prince would have served you the
I pray you leave me.
Oh, now you strike like the blind man. 'Twas the boy that stole your meat, and you'll beat the post.
If it will not be, I'll leave you.
Alas, poor bird foul. Only creep into sedges, but that my lady Beatrice should know me and not know me, the prince's fool.
Nice.
How it may be I go under that title because I am Mary. Yeah, well, I am so apt to do myself wrong. I am not so reputed. Is the base no fitter position of Beatrice that puts the world into her person, so gives me out, well, I'll be revenged as I may.
I think you're done.
Song again.
Am I done?
I think so.
Yeah, you're gonna.
That means we sing.
We all have to sing now.
Perfect.
Great.
Oh,
Now we can come up with our own tunes.
Free to sing how you want.
Yeah, freestyle.
Now, senor, where is the count? Did you see him?
Troth, my lord, I have played the part of Lady Fame. I found him here as melancholy as a lodge in a warren. I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace had got the goodwill of his young lady, and I offered him my company to a willow tree, either to make him a garland as being forsaken, or to bind him up in a rod as being worthy to be whipped.
To be whipped. What is his fault?
The flat transgression of a schoolboy who, being overjoyed with finding a bird's nest, shows it his companion, and he steals it.
With thou make a trust transgression. The transgression is in the stealer.
Yet it had not been amiss, the rod had been made, and the garland too, for the garland he might have worn himself, and the rod he might have bestowed on you, who, as I take it, have stolen his bird's nest.
But I will teach them to sing and restore them to the owner.
If their singing answers your saying, by my faith you say honestly.
The Lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is much wronged by you.
Oh, she misused me past the endurance of a block, and oh, but one green leaf on it would have answered her. My very vice began to assume life and scold with her. She told me, not thinking I had been myself, that I was the prince's jester, and that I was duller than a great Thor, huddling jest upon jest with such impossible conveyance upon me that I stood like a man at a mark with the whole army shooting at me. She speaks on poignards, and every word stabs. If her breath were as terrible as her terminations, there was no living near her. She would infect to the North Star. I would not marry her, though she were endowed with all that Adam had left before he transgressed. She would have made Hercules have turned spitty, and have cleft his club to make the fire to come. Talk not of her. You shall find her in the infernal Ate in good apparel. I would God some scholar would conjure her, for certainly while she is here, a man may live as quiet in hell as in a sanctuary, and people sin upon purpose because they would go thither. So instead, all quiet, all disquiet, horror and perturbation follow her.
That was nice. That was actually pretty good.
Look! Here she comes!
Rienta Claudio, Beatrice, here Leonardo.
Will your grace command me any service to the world's end? I will go on the slightest errand now to fetch the antibodies that you can devise to send me on. I will fetch you a toothpicker now from the farthest ends of Asia, bring you the length of Prester John's foot, fetch you a hair of the great Sham's beard, do you any embassage to the pygmies? Rather than hold 3 words conference with the harpy, you have no employment for me.
None but do desire your good company.
Oh, good sir, here's a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Come, lady, come. You have lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Indeed, my lord, he lent it me a while, and I gave him use for it, a double heart for his single one. Marry once before he won of it. Of me with fault I therefore your grace may well say I have lost it.
You have put him down, lady. You have put him down.
So I would not he should do me, my lord. I have brought from Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
Why, how now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then, sick?
The Count is neither sad nor sick, nor merry, not well, but civil Count, civil as an orange, no offense, and something of that jealous complexion.
I faith, lady, I think you're blazing to be true, though I'll be sworn, if he be so, his conceit is false.
We're all set.
What?
We're all set.
Huh?
Yep.
I was in the middle of singing.
I know, we're done.
Oh.
Oh my god.
And now you have to do, what is Brian doing? Which song?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing Baby Shark.
Oh yeah, and I have something after this, right?
Yeah, I have a Baby Got Back,
Right.
and then you have
Out
there.
Hunchback.
Out There. Yeah, we'll do all those 3 together.
Okay.
Wait,
Great.
maybe. I only remember the Baby Got Back part, but I remember the rest of the song.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You
Oh, that's that same one? Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Oh,
Baby
okay,
Got
yeah,
Back.
okay, got it.
Okay. Here, Claudio, I have wooed in thy name, and I hero, 111. I have broke with her father, and his goodwill be attained. The name of day marriage, and God give thee joy,
That made me angry.
Counts, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace hath made the match, and all grace say amen to it.
Ooh, sorry. What page are we on?
We are on 51.
51 or 100.
I know. Speak, Count. 'Tis your cue.
Silence. Jeez.
Yeah. Not so easy, is it?
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Yeah, just the word silence. Silence is the perfect herald of joy. But if I were happy, I would say, how much? Lady, as you are, I am yours. I give myself to you and dote upon the exchange. God, that's difficult.
Yeah, who thought of this one?
Was this the songs?
Who said pick a tune? I'm gonna slap them.
Kira. Cousin. Speak, cousin. Or if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss and let us not speak either.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart,
Hey, my lord. And I thank it poor fool it keeps on the windy side of care. My cousin tells me in his ear that he is in her heart. Oh.
We also have Kim is doing the impersonation of Cucumber.
Oh,
I cannot wait.
We're at my line, right?
Yeah.
And so does she does, cousin.
Good lord, for alliance. Well, there goes everyone in the world, and I am sunburnt, even though I'm green. I may sit in a corner and cry, hey ho, for a husband.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Lady Beatrice, do 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 do. Lady Beatrice, do 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 do. Lady Beatrice, do 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 do. I will get you one.
I would rather have one of your father's getting. Have your grace near a brother like you, ah?
Will you have me do do do? Will you have me do do do? Will you have me do do do, lady?
No, my lord. Unless I might have another for working days, ah? Your grace is too costly to wear every day. But, oh, I lost my place. But I beseech your grace. Pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter. I'm Cucumber.
Yep. He always says his name after all of his lines. Your silence most offends me, doo-doo-doo, and to be merry becomes best to you, doo-doo-doo. For out of question, doo-doo-doo, you were born in a merry hour, doo-doo-doo, merry hour. That was terrible.
No, my lord, my mother cried. Then there was a star dance, and under that was I born. Cousins, God give you joy. Yay!
Niece, will you look to those things I told you of?
It's me. I call you mercy, uncle. By your grace's pardon. Now I'm leaving.
By my troth, do-do-do-do-do, a pleasant spirited lady, do-do-do-do-do, lady.
There's a little of the melancholy element in her, my lord. She is never sad, but when she sleeps, not ever sad then. For I have heard my daughter say she hath often dreamed of unhappiness and waked herself with laughing.
She cannot endure to hear tell of a husband husband.
Oh, by no means. She mocks all her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict. Yeah, planned
Lord, my lord, if they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
Count Claudio, when me and you two go to church.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, you, Claudio. Count.
My lord, time goes to the crutches as I have all the rights.
Not till Monday, my dear son, which is hence just 7 night, and a time too brief, too, to have all things answer my mind.
Come, you should shake the head at so long a breathing, but I warrant thee, Claudio, the time shall not go dully by us. I will, in the interim, undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice to a mountain of affection, the one with the other. I would fain have it a match, and I doubt not but to fashion it. If you three will but minister such assistance, as I shall give you direction.
My lord, I am for you, though it cost me 10 nights' watchings.
We also have a new group accent of Richard Nixon.
Oh, God.
Oh.
I don't really know that one.
I am not a crook.
Whiplash.
Yeah, we clearly know who this man is.
I have a library. And I'm bored.
I was a president with the peace signs and stuff.
I'm very sweaty. Watergate.
Forrest Gump.
All right, Claudio.
Oh, I already said my line. I'll do it again.
Oh.
And my lord.
And to you, gentle hero.
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
So the first line is hero.
And Benedict, it is not the unhopefullest husband that I know. Thus far I can praise him. He is of a noble strain, of approved valor and confirmed honesty. I'm not a crook. And I will teach you how to humor your cousin, that she shall fall in love with Benedict. And I, with your two helps, will so practice on Benedict that in despite of his quick wit and queasy stomach, he shall fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer, His glory shall be ours forever. We are only love gods. Go with me, and I will tell you my drift.
Scene 2, another room in Leonardo's house. Enter Don John and Braccio. It is so. The Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonardo.
Yea, my lord, but I can cross it.
That's pretty damn good.
Any bar, any cross, any impediment will be medicinable to me. I am sick in displeasure to him, and whatsoever comes art with his affection ranges evenly with mine. How canst thou cross this marriage?
Not honestly, my lord, but so covertly that no dishonesty shall appear in me.
Show me briefly how.
I think I told you, lordship, a year since, how much I am in the favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman to Hero.
I remember.
I can, at any unreasonable instant of the night, appoint her to look at her lady's chamber window.
What life is in that to be the death of this marriage?
The poison that lies in you to temper. Go you to the prince your brother. Spare not to tell him that he hath wronged his honor in marrying the renowned Claudio, whose estimation do you mightily hold up to a contaminated stale such a one as Hero.
What proof shall I make of that?
Proof enough to misuse the prince to vex Claudio, to undo Hero and kill Leonato. But do not implicate me. Look you for any other issue?
Only to despite them, I will endeavor anything.
My cat doesn't like Richard Nixon, apparently. Go then, find me a meet hour to draw Don Pedro to the Count Claudio alone. Tell them that you know that Hero loves me. Intend a kind of zeal both to the prince and Claudio as in a love of your brother's honor, who hath made this match and his friend's reputation, who is thus like to be covened with their semblance of a maid. That you have discovered this thus, they will scarcely believe this without trial. Offer them instances which shall bear no less likelihood than to see me at her chamber window. Hear me call Margaret, Hero. Hear Margaret term me Claudio, and bring them to see this very night before the intended wedding. I keep feeling like I'm going in and out of it.
No, that's great.
For in the meantime, I will so fashion the matter that Hero shall be absent, and there shall appear such seeming truth of her disloyalty, that jealousy shall be called assurance, and all the preparation overthrown.
Roll out. That was for sharp stuff.
Grow this to what adverse issue it can. I will put it into practice. Be cunning in the working this, and thy fee is 1,000 ducats.
Be you constant in the accusation, and my cunning shall not shame me.
I will presently go learn their day of marriage.
Enter Benedict and a boy.
Cool. We also have from Uber Baldy, Justin and Haley impersonating Chunk. Or no, sorry, not Haley. Haley impersonates Chunk, and Justin impersonates Brian.
Do we have another page of Nixon?
Do we?
About 3.
I think that
Yeah,
was-
we do. That was only 2 pages.
Okay.
Shall I be Nixon now and sing later? Or shall I sing now and just not be Nixon?
Probably.
Oh. And Dino does Optimus Prime.
Oh God.
What do you got left, Cucumber?
I have out there to do, and then if we're still doing Nixon, I can just finish off this page.
Yeah,
with
let's
Nixon.
finish up Nixon.
Okay.
Then.
Boy.
In my chamber window lies a book. Bring it hither to me in the orchard.
I am in here already, sir.
Well, I know that. But I would have thee hence, hither and again. I do much wonder what one man, seeing how much another man is a fool, would he dedicate his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such a shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own.
Well, I'm dizzy.
You sound like a dog with a toy in his mouth.
Check the TK.
That's a trap.
Is this Nick or is this Admiral Akbar?
That's a trap. Your taste buds can't repel flavor of this magnitude.
I lost where I was.
And such a man as Claudio.
And such a
I have
talent.
known, and maybe 1 quarter down.
All right.
I have known when there was no music with him but the drum and the fife. And now I feel rather here.
You sound like you're foaming at the mouth.
The
tailor and the pike. I have known when he would have walked 10 miles foot to see. Well, his armor. And now will he lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion of a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain and is to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. But now he is turneth orthographer. His words are a fantastical banquet.
Snap.
Strange dishes. May I be so converted to see with his eyes. I cannot tell, I think not. I will not be sworn, but love may transform me to an oyster. But I'll take an oath on it, that he have made an oyster for me. He shall never make it be such a good fool. One woman is fair. Yet I am well, another is wise. Yet I am well, another virtuous. Yet I am well. But till all graces be in what woman shall have covered by grace. Richard Nixon, she shall be. That's something. Virtuous.
And scene.
Or I'll never cheat. Or I'll never cheapen her fair, or I'll never look on her. Father, come not near me, noble or not I for an angel of good discourse. I should have started at the end. An excellent musician, and her hair shall be of what color it pleases God, the prince and monsieur. Love, I will hide me in the arbor.
Claudio and Leonato, followed by Balthasar and musicians.
Are we doing anything for this or straight up?
We don't have. You and I don't have anything right now.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I'm doing Optimus Prime.
Right. You can start your Optimus Prime.
Okay, nothing. Got it. Come, shall we hear this music?
Yeah, my good lord. How's this? How still the evening? As such on purpose. Shut up. Words are hard. How still the evening is, as hush on purpose to grace harmony.
See, you were Benedict hath hid himself.
It helps when I slow down.
Yeah.
Oh, very well, my lord. The music ended. We'll fit the hit fox with Pennyworth.
Come, Balthazar. We'll hear that song again.
Good. I can't lie. Now I lost Optimus Prime, but I don't have Nixon.
Mankind.
Wow.
Good, my lord. Tax not such bad a voice to slander music any more than once.
Nice. It is the witness still of excellency to put a strange face on his own perfection. I pray thee, sing, and let me woo no more.
Because you talk of wooing, Sam Woodwicky, I will sing. Since many a wooer doth commence his suit.
Yeah.
What?
Sorry, no, that's really good.
That's picture, dude. It's so good.
Am I supposed to sing this?
No.
No.
Okay. To her he thinks not worthy, yet he woos. Yet will he swear he loves.
And
Or-
hold on. Brian, you
Yeah.
now have Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, jeez.
Great.
Yes.
The person after Balthazar is just like getting those low notes.
Yeah. That's amazing. I'm going to have to... I don't know what's Jar Jar sound like. It's been a while. I hate him so much.
Sounds like an idiot.
Oh. Or, if thou so wilt to hold a longer argument, do it in a note, sir.
Note, this before my notes. There's not a note of mine that's worth the noting.
Oh, wait, sir. These are very crotchets that he speaks, sir. Notes, forsooth, and nothing,
Now, divine air.
That's me.
Now is this...
Nope.
That's me.
Oh, that's you, sorry.
If I could
That's all
hug
the
Brian
beat.
right now, I would.
You can.
Now divine air, now is his soul wrath. Isht is it not strange that catgut should hail souls out of men's bodies? Well, a horn for my money when all is done.
I know this says I'm singing, but I don't know the song. Should I make it up or just say it?
Absolutely.
Make it up.
Make it up. Okay.
Have fun.
Great. Crap. Sigh no more, ladies. Sigh no more. Men were deceivers ever. 1 foot in the sea and 1 on shore. To one thing constant never. Then sigh not so, but let them go, and be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey nonny nonny. Sing no more ditties, sing no more of dumps so dull and heavy. The fraud of men was ever so, since summer first was levy. Then sigh not so.
Kitty liked it. Kitty liked it.
That was like a Tom Waits concert.
That was good. Buy me Satroth, a good song.
I'm still doing it, right? Yeah. Wait, no?
I think this is the
I
last
think
page.
Last page,
last
yeah.
page for you.
Thanks, Cheerio, for the sub.
Yeah, thanks for the sub.
Oh, thanks.
We also have a group song after you guys finish your
great.
stuffs.
And an ill singer, my lord.
No, Faith, sir. You sing us well enough before the shift,
Oh gosh, what a perfect line.
Thank you for the sub, Miss Priscilla.
Thank you.
And had he been a dog that should have howled thus, they would have hanged him, and I pray God his bad voice bode no mischief. I had as lief had heard the night raven come. What plague could come after it?
Yeah, Maria the Dowstow hear about the Zara. Misa, pray thee, get us some excellent musica. For thou tomorrow night, sir, we would have it at the Lady Hero's chamber window.
The best I can, Sam.
Do so farewell. Come hither, Leonato. What's it was you told me to do today, yassa? That your niece, Beatrice, was in love with the Signoria Benedicta.
Oh, hey, stuck on the foul sits. I did never think that a lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I either. But most wonderful that I'm strongman now. Most wonderful that she should be so dote on Senor Benedict. I don't even know. Sorry, Brian.
Well, see you later.
Tickle this bitch. Okay. When she hath in all outward behaviors seemed ever to abhor.
Oh shit! Sorry. Is it possible? Sits the wind in that corner?
By my troth, my lord, I cannot tell you what to think of it, but that she loves him with an enraged affection. It is past the infinite of my thought.
Maybe, sir, she does sob a counterfeiter.
Faith, like enough.
Oh God, counterfeit! There was never a counterfeit of passion came so near the life of passion as she discovers it.
My, why you want to fix the passion she shows thee?
Bait the hook well, the fish will bite.
What offense, my lord? She will sit you. You heard my daughter tell you how.
She did, indeed.
How, sir, I pray you? You amaze me. I would have thought her spirit being invincible against all assaults of affection.
Well, I would have sworn it had, my lord, especially against Benedict.
I should think this a gull, but that the white-bearded fellow speaks it, knavery cannot sure hide himself in such reverence.
He hath taken the affection. Hold it up.
Hath she made her affection known, sir, to Benedict, sir?
No, and swears she never will. That's her torment.
'Tis true indeed, so your daughter says. Shall I say she that hath so often countered him with scorn, write to him, and I love him?
This says she now when she is beginning to write to him. For she'll be up 20 times a night, and there'll she sit in her smock till she have write a sheet of paper. My daughter tells us all.
Now you talk of a sheet of paper. I remember pretty just your daughter told of us.
Oh, when she had read it and was reading it over, she found Benedict and Beatrice between the sheet.
That?
Oh, she tore the letter into 1,000 halfpence, railed at herself, that she be so immodest to write to one that she knew would flout her. I measure him, says she, by my own spirit, for I should flout him. If he writ to me. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, I love him, I should.
On her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears in her hair, prays, cries, "Oh, sweet Benedict, give me patience."
Oh, okay. She doth indeed. My daughter says so, and she ecstasy hath so much overborne her, that my daughter is sometime afeared, she will do a desperate outrage to herself. It is very true.
It were good that Benedict knew of it by some other, if she will not discover it.
To what end? He would but make a sport of it, and torment the poor lady worse.
And he should. It were an alms deed to hang him. She's an excellent sweet lady, and out of all suspicion, she is virtuous.
And she's exceedingly wise.
In everything but loving Benedict.
Oh, my lord, wisdom and blood combating in so tender a body. We have 10 proofs to one that blood hath the victory. I am so very sorry for her, as I have just cause, being her uncle and her guardian.
I would she has bestowed this dotage on me. I would have doffed all other respects, and made her half myself. I pray you, tell Benedict of it, and hear what he will say.
Were it good, think you?
Hero thinks surely she will die, for she says she will die if he love her not, and she will die ere she make her love known, and she will die if he woo her rather than she will bait one breath of her accustomed crossness.
She doth well. If she should make a tender of her love, 'tis very possible he'll scorn it. For the man, as you all know hath contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
He hath indeed a good outward happiness.
For God, and in my mind very wise.
He doth indeed show some sparks that are like wit.
And I take him to be valiant.
As Hector, I assure you, and in the managing of quarrels you may say he is wise, for either he avoids them with great discretion, or undertakes them with a most Christian-like fear.
If he do fear God, I must necessarily keep the peace. If he break the peace, he ought to enter into a quarrel with fear and trembling.
And so he will do.
Hold on.
Yeah? What?
We hit another goal, I believe.
Yeah, we're all singing for the next 3 pages.
Goodness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Congratulations, everybody.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank you very
guys.
much.
Thank you.
Goodbye, Throat.
Bye-bye. And so he will do, for the man doth fear God, who, howsoever, it seems not in him by some large jests he will make. Well, I am sorry for your niece. Shall we go seek Benedict and tell him of her love?
Never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out in good counsel.
Nay, that's impossible. She may wear her heart out first.
Well, we will hear further of it by your daughter. Let it be cool all the while. I love Benedict well, and I wish he would modestly examine himself to see how much he is unworthy so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
And if he do not dote upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
What?
That's how you pronounce that word, right?
I'm pretty sure. But let there be the same net spread for her, and that must your daughter and her gentlewoman carry. The sport will be when they hold one an opinion of another's dotage, and no such matter. That's the scene that I would see, which would be merely a dumb show. Let us send her to call him into dinner.
Can be no trick, the conference was sadly born. They have the truth of this from hero, they seem to pity the lady. It seems her affections have their full bent. Love me, why it must be requited. I hear how I am censured. They say I will bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say too that she will rather die than give any sign of affection. I did never think to marry, I must not seem proud. Happy are they that hear the distractions and can put them to mending. They say the lady is fair, 'tis a truth, I can bear them witness, and virtuous, 'tis so, I cannot reprove it, and wise, but for loving me, by my troth, it is no addition to her wit, nor no great argument of her folly, for I will be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken on me, because I have railed so long against marriage. But doth not the appetite alter? A man loves the meat in his youth that he cannot endure in his age. Shall quips and sentences and these paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor? No, the world must be peopled when I say I would die a bachelor. I did not think I should live till I were married. Here comes Beatrice. By this day she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner.
Beatrice, I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You take pleasure then in the message.
Yay! So much as you take upon a nice point and not choke a dole withal. You have no stomach, senor. Fare you well.
Ha! Against my will, I am sent to bid you come in to dinner. There's a double meaning in that. I took no more pains for those thanks than you took pains to thank me. That's as much to say, any pains that I take for you is as easy as thanks. If I do not take pity on her, I am a villain. If I do not love her, I am a Jew. I will go get her picture. It was a different time. It's still pretty. Pretty.
Wow.
I didn't write it. I also forgot about that part.
Number said what?
I blame Willie.
Damn you, Willie.
Yo ass.
Yippee! They want us!
Act 3, Scene 1, Leonardo's garden. Enter hero Margaret and Ursula.
Last page for singing.
Oh, good Margaret, run thee to the parlor. There shalt thou find my cousin Beatrice proposing with the prince and Claudio. Whisper in her ear and tell her I and Ursula walk in the orchard, and our whole discourse is all of her. Say that thou overheard us and bid her steal into the pleached bower where honeysuckles ripen by the sun. Forbid the sun to enter like favorites. Made proud by princes that advance their pride against the power that bred it. There will she hide her to listen our purpose. This is thy office. Bear thee well in it and leave us alone.
I'll make her come. I warrant you, presently.
We're still singing.
Oh, we're still singing? Sorry, I thought you said last page.
This is the last page, sorry.
This is the last page.
Okay. I'll make her come. I warrant you, presently.
Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth come, as we do trace this alley up and down, our talk must be only be of Benedict. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than ever man did merit. My talk to thee must be how Benedict is sick in love with Beatrice. Of this matter is little Cupid's crafty arrow made, that only words be hearsay. Now begin. Oh, for look where Beatrice like a lapwing runs, close by the ground to hear our conference.
The pleasantest angling is to see the fish cut with her golden oars, the silver string, and greedily devour the treacherous bait. For angles we for Beatrice, who even now is couched in the woodbine coverture. Fear you not my part of the dialogue.
Then go we near her, that her ear lose nothing of the false sweet bait that we lay for her. No, truly, Ursula, she's too disdainful. I know her spirits are as coy as wild as haggards of the rock.
That Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely.
So says the prince and my new betrothed lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them, if they loved Benedict, to wish him wrestle with affection and never to let Beatrice know of it.
What did you say so? Doth not the gentleman deserve as full a fortunate a bed as ever Beatrice shall couch upon?
God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man, but nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn ride sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look on, and her wit values itself so highly that to her all matter else seems weak. She cannot love, nor take no shape nor project of affection. She is so self-endeared.
Sure, I think so. And therefore, certainly it were not good. She knew his love, lest she speak sport at it.
Why, you speak truth. I never yet saw a man how wise, how noble, young, how rarely featured. But she would spell him backward. If fair-faced, she swear the gentleman should be her sister. If black, white, nature drawing of an antic made a foul blot. If tall, a lance ill-headed. If low, and a gait very vilely cut. If speaking, why a vein blown with all the winds. If silent, why a bullock moved with none. So turns she every man the wrong side out, and never gives truth and virtue, that which simpleness and merit purchaseth.
Sure. Such carping is not commendable.
No, nor to be so odd from all fashions, as Beatrice is, cannot be commendable. But who dare tell her so? If I should speak, she'd mock me into air, or she would laugh me out of myself, press me to death with wit. Therefore let Benedict, like covered fire, consume away in sighs, waste inwardly. It were a better death than die with mocks, which is as bad as die with tickling.
Yet tell her of it. Hear what she will say.
No, rather I will go to Benedict and counsel him to fight against his passion. And truly, I'll devise some honest slanders to stain my cousin with. One doth not know how much an ill word may empoison liking.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without true judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit as she is prized to have, as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedict.
I forgot I'm supposed to be doing Cucumber's voice right now. He is the only man of Italy.
Well, that's Chunk's voice.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Sorry,
you said Cucumber.
My brain's all awesome. Chunk's voice, sorry.
I'm Chunk.
Oh, I'm glad you could tell who I was, though. That's good. Always accepted, my dear Claudio.
I pray you, be not angry with me, madam. Speaking my fancy, Signor Benedict, for shape, forbearing, for argument and valor, goes foremost in report through Italy.
Indeed. We have an excellent good name.
His Excellence did earn it, ere he had it. When are you married, madam?
Why, every day tomorrow. Go in. I'll show you me some atters, and have thy counsel, which is best to furnish me tomorrow.
She's lined. I want you. We've caught her, madam.
If it proves so, then loving goes by haps. Some Cupid kills with arrows, some with traps.
Are they gone? What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Shall I contend for pride and scorn so much? Content, farewell, and maiden pride, adieu. No glory lives behind the back of such. Den Benedict, love on! I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand, to bind our love there. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holding bed. And for others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better than accordingly.
Entered. Enter Don Pedro, Claudio, Benedict, and Leonato. A room in Leonato's house.
I do but say till your marriage be consummate, and then I go toward Aragon.
I'll bring you thither, my lord, and if you will vouchsafe for me.
Nay, that would be as great a soil in the new gloss of your marriage as to show a child his new coat and forbid him to wear it. I will only be bold with Benedict for his company. For from the crown of his head to the sole of his foot he is all mirth. He hath twice or thrice cut Cupid's bowstring, and the little hangman dare not shoot at him. He hath a heart as sound as a bell, and his tongue is the clapper. for what his heart thinks his tongue speaks.
Gallants, I am not as I have been.
So say I. Methinks you are sadder.
I hope he'd be in love.
Hang him, truant! There is no true drop of blood in him to be truly touched with love. If he be sad, he wants money.
I have a toothache.
Draw it!
Hang it.
You must hang it first and draw it afterwards.
What? Sigh for the toothache?
Where is but a humor or a worm?
Well, everyone can master a grief, but he that has it.
Yet I say he is in love.
There is no appearance of fancy in him, unless it be a fancy that he hath to strange disguises, as to be a Dutchman today, a Frenchman tomorrow, or in the shape of two countries at once, as a German from the waist down, all slops, and a Spaniard from the hip upward, no doubts. Doubtlet. Oh, God, so much to There's so many annotations in this script. Unless he have a fancy to this foolery, as it appears he hath, he has no fool for fancy, as you would have it appear he has.
If he not be in love with the same woman, there is no believing all signs. He brushes his hat on mornings. What should that bode?
Hath any man seen him at the barber's?
No, but the barberman had seen him with him, and the old ornament on his cheek had already stuffed tennis balls.
Indeed, he looks younger than he did by the loss of a beard.
Nay, he rubs himself with civet. Can you smell him out by that?
That's as much as to say the sweet youth's in love.
The greatest note of it is his melancholy.
And when he was, he wont to wash his face.
Yea, or paint himself? For the which I hear that could say of him.
Nay, but his jesting spirit, which is now crept into lute string and in you governed by stops.
Indeed, that tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude. He is in love.
Nay, but I know who loves him.
That would I know too. I warrant one that knows him not.
Yes, and his ill conditions, and despite of all, dies for him.
He shall be buried with her face upwards.
Yet this is no charm for the toothache. Old Signor, walk aside with me. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words to speak to you, which these hobby horses must not hear.
For my life, to break him about Beatrice.
'Tis even so. Hero and Margaret have by this played their parts with Beatrice, and the two bears will not bite one another when they meet.
Enter Don John.
My lord and brother, God save you.
Good den, brother.
If your leisure, sir, I would speak with you.
In private?
If it please you. Yet Count Claudio may hear for what I would speak of concerns him.
Well, what's the matter?
Means your lordship to be married tomorrow?
You know he does.
I know that not when he knows what I know.
If there be impediment, I pray you discover it. Impediment. If there be impediment.
Any. If there be any impediment.
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
You may think I love you not. Let that appear hereafter. That's not me. Yeah, you read that. I saw a D, so I started reading.
You may think I love you not. Let that appear hereafter, and aim better at me by that I now will manifest. For my brother, I think he holds you well, and in dearness of heart hath helped to effect your ensuing marriage. Surely suit ill spent and labor ill bestowed.
Why? What's the matter?
I came hither to tell you, and circumstances shortened, for she hath been too long talking of the lady is disloyal.
Who, Hero?
Even she, Leonardo's hero, your hero, every man's hero.
Disloyal.
Uh-oh, time out.
John Mulaney, everyone.
I don't know who that is.
He's
Oh.
Indian.
John Mulaney.
When John Mulaney tells a story, it always goes like this.
Thank you.
Okay.
So I'll finish up in chunk and then I'll move on. The word is too good to paint our wickedness. I could say she were worse. Think of you a little title, and I will fit her to it. Wonder not till further warrant. Go but with me tonight. You will see her chamber widow entered, even the night before her wedding day. If you love her then, tomorrow wed her. But it would be better fit for your honor to change your mind.
May this be so?
I will not think it.
If you dare not trust that you see, confess not that you know. If you will follow me, I shall show you enough. And when you have seen more and heard more, proceed accordingly.
We should all do it together once.
Oh, got it.
Haley can- If I see anything tonight, why should I marry her tomorrow? In the congregation where I should wed, there will I shame her.
And as I wooed for thee to obtain her, I will join with thee to disgrace her.
I will discharge her no further till you are my witness. Bear it coldly, but till midnight, and let the issue show itself.
Mulaney.
I don't know.
Just the best.
Oh, day untowardly turned. I've never heard him before in my life. I have no idea what he sounds like.
You're missing out.
He was Spider
I know
Pig.
I'm missing out.
He was
Spider Pig.
Spider Pig in the Spider-Verse movie.
Doesn't help me.
Spider Ham.
Spider-Ham, yeah.
Let me do some research.
Stuff. He's amazing.
Oh, mischief, Strenly thwarting.
Oh, plague. Right, well prevented. So will you say when you have seen the sequel?
Scene 3, a street. Enter Dogberry and Vergis with
Oh,
the watch.
here, finally.
Right.
You get to wear your hat.
Where's your hat?
It's coming.
You should have been.
Hold for hat, holding for hat. Holding
Enter
for
M. Bison.
hat. Lights up. What you got? What you got?
There we go.
Yay.
All right.
Good hat.
Fight!
Are you good men and true?
Yea, or else it were pity what they should suffer salutation body and soul.
Nay, that were punishment too good for them, if they should have any alliance in them, being chosen for the prince's watch.
Well, give them their charge, neighbor Dogberry.
First, who think you the most desertless man to be constable?
Who's the watch?
Oh, that's me.
Watch.
Nailed it.
World famous.
Hugh Outcake, sir, or George Seacole, for they can write and read.
Come hither, neighbor Seacole. God hath blessed you with a good name. To be a well-favored man is the gift of fortune, but to write and read comes by nature.
Both which master constable.
You have.
Go.
I knew it would be your answer. Well, for your favor, sir, why, give God thanks and make no boast of it. And for your writing and reading, let that appear when there is no need for such vanity. You are thought here to be the most senseless of fit man for the constable of the watch. Therefore, bear you the lantern. This is your charge. You shall comprehend all vagrom men. You are to bid any man stand in the prince's name.
How with? I will not stand.
Why? Then take no note of him, but let him go. And presently call the rest of the watch together, and thank God you are rid of a knave.
If he will not stand, then why is he bidden? He has none of the prince's subjects.
True, and they are to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. You shall also make no noise in the streets, for the watch to babble and talk is most tolerable, and note to be endured.
We will rather sleep than talk. We know what belongs to watch.
Why, you speak like an ancient and most quiet watchman, for I cannot see you how sleeping should offend. Only have I care that your bills be not stolen. Well, you are to call at all the alehouses and bid those that are drunk get them to bed.
How? If they will not.
Why? Then let them alone till they are sober. If they make not, then the better answer, you may say they are not the men you took them for.
Well, sir.
If you meet a thief, you may suspect him, by virtue of your office, to be no true man. And for such kind of men, the less you meddle or make with them, why, the more is for your honesty.
If we know him to be a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
Truly. But by your office you may. But I think that touch pitch will be defiled. The most peaceable way for you is, if you take a thief, is to let him show himself what he is and steal out of your company.
You have always been called a merciful man, partner.
That's actually pretty good.
Truly, I would not hang a dog by my will, much more a man who hath any honesty in him.
If you hear a child cry in the night, you must call to the nurse and bid her still it.
How? If the nurse be asleep and will not hear us?
Why, then, depart in peace and let the child wake with her with crying. For the ewe that will not hear her lamb when it bays will never answer a calf when it bleats.
'Tis very true.
This is the end of the charge. You, constable, are to present the prince's own person. If you meet the prince in the night, you may stay him.
Nay, by your lady, that I think I cannot.
5 shillings to 1 aunt. With any man that knows the statutes, he may stay him. Marry not without the prince. Be willing, for indeed the watch ought to offend no man, and it is an offence to stay a man against his will.
By your lady, I think it will be so.
Well, masters, good night. And there be any matters of weight chances, call me up. Keep your fellows' counsels and your own. And good night. Come, neighbor.
And that's it for
Scene.
lady.
Thank you. Thanks, you too.
Gentleman lady.
We're done, right?
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
Well, masters, we hear our charge. Let us go sit here upon the church bench till 2, and then all to bed.
One more word, honest neighbors. I pray you, watch about Signor Leonato's store. For the wedding being there tomorrow, there is a great coil tonight. Adieu. Be vigilant, I beseech you.
Enter Braccio and Conrad.
What Conrad?
Peace, stir not.
Conrad, I say.
Dear man, I am at thy elbow.
Mass, and my elbow itched. I thought there would a scab follow.
I will owe thee an answer for that. And now, forward with my tale after a drink.
Stand thee close then, under this penthouse, for it drizzles rain, and I will, like a true drunkard, utter all to thee.
Some treason, masters, yet stand close.
Therefore know I have earned of Don John 1,000 ducats.
Is it possible that any villainy should be so dear?
Thou shouldst rather ask if it were possible any villain should be so rich. For when rich villains have need of poor ones may make what price they will.
I wonder at it.
That shows thou art unconfirmed. Thou knowest that the fashion of a doublet, or a hat, or a cloak is nothing to a man.
Yes, it is apparel.
I mean the fashion.
Yes, fashion is fashion.
Tush, I may as well say the fool's the fool. But seest thou not what a deformed thief this fashion is?
I know that deformed. It has been a vile thief this 7 year. As it goes up and down like a gentleman, I remember his name.
Didst thou not hear somebody?
No, was the vein on the house.
Seest thou not, I say, what a deformed thief this fashion is? How giddily he turns about all the hot bloods between 14 and 5 and 30, sometime fashioning them like Pharaoh's soldiers in the Ricci painting, sometime like God Bel's priests in the old church window, sometime like the shaven Hercules in the smirched worm-eaten tapestry.
No, this I see. And I see the fashion wears out more peril than man. But art thou thyself giddy with the fashion too that thou hast shifted out of thy tale and telling me of the fashion? I'm very drunk.
Yes, Brian.
Do we get a donation for Dino?
Did we?
I thought I saw something pop up.
Yes. Dino as Don Giovanni from Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh, and that's
Cotton balls in your mouth.
okay. Where am I? I'm at top 81, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
It's not so neither. But know that I have it tonight wounded Margaret. The lady hero is a gentlewoman by the name of Hero. She leans me out as her mistress' chamber window.
I can't do this very well.
Bids me 1,000 times good night.
Together like this. You just pull the cheeks out like this.
Oh, that's right. Hold on a second.
You had cotton balls in his mouth. Yeah, you have cotton balls from Santa.
Okay.
Oh, shit, where am I?
I tell this lady that
it doesn't work very well.
I should first tell thee how the Prince Claudio and our master planned and placed out and possessed by my Don John saw afar on the orchard this amiable encounter.
And they thought Margaret was Hero.
The two of them did, the Prince and Claudio, but the master devil, the devil, my master, knew she was Margaret, and partly by his oaths which first possessed them, partly by the dark night. My cat is not like me talking like this again. Which did deceive them, but chiefly by my villainy, which did confirm any slander that John had made away with Claudio arranged. I need to watch Men in Tights again. Swore he would meet me here as he was appointed. Next morning, at the temple. It says temple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Tempe.
and there before the whole congregation shame her with what we saw or night, and send her home again with my husband.
We charge you in the prince's name. Stand.
Call up the right master constable. We have here recovered the most dangerous piece of lechery that ever was known in the Commonwealth.
And one deformed is one of them. I know him. He wears a lock.
Oh.
Unread.
Oh, that's me, huh? I'm very drunk. Anyway. Masters.
You'll be made bring deformed forth, I warrant you.
Masters. Right.
Never speak. We charge you to let us obey. We charge you to let us obey you to go with us.
Buonasera. We like to prove a godly commodity being taken up of these men's bills.
A commodity in question, I will warrant you. Come! We'll obey you!
Scene 4, a room in Leonato's house. Enter Hero, Margaret, and Ursula. Good Ursula, wake my cousin Beatrice and desire her to rise.
I will, lady.
And bid her come hither.
Well?
Troth, I think you are the Rabato wear better.
No, pray thee, good Meg, I'll wear this.
By my troth's not so good, and I warrant you my cousin will say so.
My cousin's a fool, and thou art another. I'll wear none but this.
I like the new tire within excellently. If the hair were a thought browner, and your gowns a most rare fashion, I faith, I saw the Duchess of Milan's gown that they praise so.
Oh, that exceeds, they say.
By my troth, but a night gown is respect of yours, cloth of gold and cuts and laced with silver, set with pearls down sleeves, side sleeves, and skirts round underborne, with a bluish tinsel. But for a fine, quaint, graceful, and excellent fashion, yours is worth 10 on't.
God give me joy to wear it, for my heart is exceedingly heavy.
'Twill be heavier soon by the weight of a man.
Why upon me? Why? Art not ashamed?
Of what, lady? Of speaking honourably? Is not marriage honourable in a beggar? Is not your lord honourable without marriage? I think you would have me to say, saving your reverence, a husband, and bad thinking do not rest true speaking, I'll offend nobody. Is there any harm in the heavier for a husband? None that I think. And it be the right husband and the right wife, otherwise 'tis light and not heavy. Ask my Lady Beatrice else. Here she comes.
Good morrow, cuz.
Good morrow, sweet hero.
Why, how now? Do you speak in the sick tune?
I am all of other tune, methinks.
Claps us into lighter love that goes without a burden. Do you sing it and I'll dance it?
Yea, light of love with your heels. Then, if your husband have stables enough, you'll see he shall seek no barns.
Oh, illegitimate construction! I scorn that with my heels.
'Tis almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you were ready. By my troth, I am exceeding ill. I-ho!
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband?
For the letter that begins with them all. H.
Well, and you be not turned Turk, there's no more sailing by the star.
But what means the fool now?
Nothing I, but God send everyone their heart's desire.
The gloves the Count sent me, they are...
And me? They are an excellent perfume.
Oh shit, sorry, that was your line.
No, it's fine. He sent them to me.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry, that was my line. I am stuffed, cousin. I cannot smell.
A maid and stuffed, there's godly catching of cold.
Oh, God help me. God help me. How long have you professed apprehension?
Ever since you left it. Doth not my wit become me rarely?
It is not seen enough. You should wear it in your cap, and my troth, I am sick.
Get you some of this distilled Cordus Benedictus, and lay it in your heart. It is the only thing for a qualm.
Here. Thou prickest her. No, fuck, that's your line again, sorry.
There, thou prickest her with a thistle.
Alright. Benedictus! Why, Benedictus? You have some moral in this, Benedictus.
Moral? No, by my troth, I had no moral meaning. I meant plain holy thistle. You may think, perchance, that I think you are in love. No, nay, my dear lady, I am not such a fool to think what I list. Nor I list not to think what I can, nor indeed I cannot think. If I would think my heart out of thinking that you are in love, or that you will be in love, or that you can be in love. Yet Benedict was such another, and now is he become a man. He swore he would never marry, and yet now, in spite of his heart, he eats his meat without grudging, and how you may be coveted. Converted. I know not, but methinks you look with your eyes as other women do.
What pace is that thy tongue keeps?
Not a false gallop.
Madam, withdraw. The prince, the count, Signor Benedict, Don John, and all the gallants of the town are come to fetch you to church.
Help me to dress, good Cuz, good Meg, good Ursula. Come.
Another room in Leonato's house. Enter Leonato with Dogberry and Vergis.
What would you with me, honest neighbor?
Marry, sir, I would have some confidence with you that discerns you nearly.
Brief, I pray you, for you see it is a busy time with me.
Marry, this it is, sir.
Yes, in truth it is, sir.
What is it, my good friends?
Good man Vergis, sir, speaks a little off the matter. An old man, sir, and his wits are not so blunt as, God help, I would desire they were, but in faith honest as the skin between his brows.
Yes, I thank God I'm honest as any living man that is an old man no honester than I.
Comparisons are odorous. Palabras. Neighbors Vergis.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
It pleases your worship to say so, but we are the poor duke's officers. But truly, for mine own part, if I were as tedious as a king, I could find it in my heart to bestow it all of your worship.
All thy tediousness on me!
Yea, and 'twere 1,000 pound more than 'tis, for I hear a good exclamation on your worship, as of any man in the city, and though I be put a poor man, I am glad to hear it.
And so am I.
I would fain know what you have to say.
Marry, sir, our watch tonight, accepting your worship's presence, have ta'en a couple of as errant knaves as any in Messina.
A good old man, sir. He will be talking, as they say. When the age is in, the wit is out. God help us. It is a world to see. Well said. I faith, neighbor Vergis. Well, God's a man, and 2 men ride of a horse. 1 must ride behind. An honest soul, I faith, sir. By my troth, he is as ever broke bread. But God is to the worshipped. All men are not alike. Alas, good neighbor.
Indeed, neighbor, he comes too short of you.
Gifts that God gives.
I must leave you.
One word, sir. Our watch, sir, have indeed comprehended 2 auspicious persons, and we would have them this morning examined before your worship.
Take their examination yourself, and bring it to me. I am now in great haste, as it may appear unto you.
It shall be suffigance.
Drink some wine ere you go. Fare you well.
My lord, they stay for you to give your daughter to her husband.
I'll wait upon them. I am ready.
Go, good partner, go. Get you to Francis Secor. Bid him bring his pen and inkhorn to the jail. We are now to examination those men. Vergis.
Mm-hmm. And we must do it so wisely.
We will spare no wit, I warrant you. Here's that. Shall drive some of them to a non-com. Only get the learned writer to set down our excommunications and meet me at the jail.
And curtain! Intermission!
Yay!
Honor for tonight.
Yeah, I think we should, because it's still, we're like halfway there.
Oh my goodness.
Night.
I
So we will pick up next week where we left off. Same bat channel.
Same bad time.
Hopefully earlier than today.
Yeah.
And,
we'll
Not the
start
same
on the
bat
right
computer.
computer.
correct time. Whether Ryan put it on the right computer or the better computer.
The better computer.
So thank you so much for coming and hang out with us.
Yeah, thanks.
And thank you so much for your donations and your follows. And if you didn't donate, that's okay. You were here.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you for
We're here to
being
watch.
here.
Who are we rating?
That's a good question.
We are rating Aki Carito.
Aki Carlito.
Yeah, Carlito.
He did all of our emotes. And all
Yeah.
of our right.
Oh, yeah, the emotes are so cute.
We will see you guys next week.
Thank you all so much.
Okay, bye.
Part 2.
We'll start next week with a synopsis of what's going on.
Yes.
Bang.
Yeah, we'll
Yes,
recap.
we'll do the cliff notes.
So, like,
On the right computer.
Yes. All right. Bye.
Beaker came in.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.